Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. That took forever. That
I
took.
just saw you.
Why are you not on Twitter anymore? What happened to you?
They mass flag me all the time.
Who did?
Everyone.
Yeah, but I get mass flagged too, but I'm on Twitter. I'm on
Yeah, but
YouTube and I get mass flagged.
okay, you want to what's the difference between your followers and my followers? Let's count it out.
I have many, many, many more.
That means
And
you're way more valuable to them than me. It's
that's
easier
not
to
true. That's not how things are determined.
I'm not feeling the Jack Dorsey love here.
Well, I mean, yeah, me neither, really. But
Right?
yeah,
Did
I,
they
I,
give you some of those a couple of days ban or a couple of hour bans once in a while?
I mean, very rarely. I don't really break the rules, and that's what's
Okay.
so frustrating. Like today, I tweeted about how women suck at everything, and men are better than women. I mean, that's
Okay.
the kind of thing that makes people angry, and they think it's something that you should be able to get in trouble for, but it isn't. I don't break any rules. I don't use the C word. I don't harass or abuse anyone.
Well,
I
I
do.
don't think a lot when I hit the post button. It's more like a keyboard Tourette's. I have a little bit of the keyboard Tourette syndrome. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah,
A little
I have
bit.
noticed.
You have? Okay.
Yeah, today I tweeted. Listen to this sketch. This is how to annoy people. I said, sometimes a well meaning cuckold will accuse me of being sexist. Well, I reject their internalized misandry. I love women. It's just that men are better at almost everything. And that's why we get paid more for the same work. Ours is better. That's the kind of thing that's bait for
Bravo.
SJWs to come after me and get upset. But I didn't say anything that was offensive or not or against the rules. It's offensive, I guess, but it's not against the rules.
Well,
So you
facts don't
want to
care
tread
about
that
their
line.
feelings. Facts don't care about their feelings. You're right. They're gonna have to deal with that.
Well, I'm just saying that yeah, you can say facts, but you can say them in a way that'll get you in trouble, or you can say them in a way that will not get you in trouble. So it's one of the two things. Ultimately, you want to be able to keep your platform so that you can continue to speak the truth.
No, here's the thing. They always flag me for like having a false account and that kind of thing. Or they'll if I share links, this is how they get me sometimes. Sometimes I stopped even linking people's like adding people who I share.
Yeah.
I just hit share on the video where it says share on the YouTube and just share it, right? That's
Hmm.
something I do. Then I get mass flags for spamming like commercials or something. Like I was like spamming like I'm just trying to help YouTube out, and help the
Sure.
people on YouTube out, and they still like the people who hate me would like flag it as spam. Like 20 people come in and flag 20 videos from YouTube as spam, and I get blocked again. I had this another motherfucker that's got some fame among us and starts asking for my mass flag. That was like a year ago, and I had like 3 or 4 accounts going good. Every time I get like to 100 people, I get knocked down. In the old days, I used to get up to like a couple of hundred, right? But
Hmm.
if I was going to count them all together, I would probably have a pretty nice count. But it is what it is. I can't it's like they say you can't cry over spilt milk. Those accounts are gone.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? Every time you get in trouble, almost every single time, I'm like, yep. Like, because like you deserve it. Like you did something wrong. And I'm somebody who wants to support
I
you.
mean, if trouble is getting flagged off, motherfucking Twitter for calling a motherfucker, then fuck Twitter. That's you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And what other trouble do I have? None really.
It's not real.
People
It's not actual trouble, but
exactly.
you know what? It would be trouble for me if I lost my YouTube. That would suck. I make like 6 figures a year on YouTube. That'd be a
Well,
tremendous amount of money that I would lose. And
that
my
would.
Twitter is, even though I hate Twitter, and I every day, I'll tell you the truth, sketch. Almost every day, I wake up and I look at Twitter and go, "Is today the day I'm just going to cut my Twitter account?" Like your boy Zach says, get off Twitter. Every
I
day I
hate to
think about
admit that
that.
he was right, like as the effect. Like I feel better, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, he and I'm one of the ones that was like, don't get off, you can't see that ground, blah blah blah. But once it's like, you know what, I'm not even trying again. It's like, it felt kind of good. Even people like Cecil, who's been like out a couple of times, if you ask him, probably in that time in between, he's like, yeah, it was kind of nice.
Yeah, I would like to, but I needed to promote.
Well, you're on another level. I'm just like more of a fan. I'm not really like this great artist or anything like that.
All right. So anyway, you were saying today. You said stop sucking the cock of people who fuck us.
Yes. I mean, my God, John De La Rose trying to dox Clint Stoker and Mr. Biggins. Them hanging out with War Campaign all together. Sinatra hanging out with them people. He's like a long-time War Campaign cocksucker. And let me see who else is over there. Liam, all these motherfuckers go over there, and they're in that little sort of like circle jerk. They go on Sinatra's channels. They go on Liam. They like each other. You had a trash compactor. They all suck each other's cock over there too. And I'm like, Tenaple fucked us. Miller fucked us. Liam is in the process of fucking us. These people fucked us, and you go over there and you think it's fucking funny, ha ha ha. But it's not funny to us, motherfucker, because they kiss your ass. They don't kiss our ass, motherfucker. I'm just being real. I'm just keeping it real. But I still love you. But how nice you are to these goddamn fucking bitches. Yeah, it kind of pisses me off. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, you want me to just fight with everybody all the time?
Well, you don't have to acknowledge their existence.
I don't know.
What about you had a new friend? He seemed nice, seemed real funny. I gotta admit, I haven't seen the interview yet, but I'm gonna. I think his name was Metzger. What's up with that guy? He's nice.
Kurt Metzger, yeah. You're saying, get new friends.
Yeah, I mean, I understand and I respect that you don't want to be in a bubble. You don't want to just hear the same opinions as you.
Yes, I
hear
do.
People that. Well, then why are you talking to them bitches? There you go. There's no good answer. There's no good answer. Come
on. You know what? You want me to explain it to you? There are a few reasons. One, because none of them can hurt me, and they've tried for 3 years, and I'm still here. I'm still making a whole lot of money, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here forever. So it's kind of interesting to be like, hi, I went up to one of the things that I did. Now, Sketch, do you know an artist named Dave Johnson?
No.
Dave Johnson is he's a Marvel artist. I think he works for DC too.
Okay.
But he is one of the main SJWs, and he's one of the guys who spread the whole sketchbook Ethan's a Nazi thing. All right. And he really went after me. You can find those original tweets and Facebook messages. And he told Shane Davis I was a Nazi, all this stuff. And this guy, this guy's a real fucking asshole that went after me and tried to do me real damage and did me real damage,
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second and say, anytime you need my Puerto Rican card, it's right there. You know it, right, buddy?
What does that mean? A Puerto Rican card?
Yes, it's like a uno on the cards because it's Latino, it's black and white. So you know whatever you need, it's like, hey, he's not racist. I got his
back. Well, I went up to
Sciver Frog is based on a cookie, so take that, motherfuckers.
Robo cookie. I agree.
Robo cookie. Yeah, it's like it's based on that. You Americanized it because it's from New Jersey, and I understand all that, but I remember the roots.
Yeah, the roots came from a beautiful Puerto Rican girl named Ange.
Yeah, you know why Angie. They call this the Jungle Fever Island, right?
No, why?
Well, the girls, they like guys from other places. They like guys from other races. They're like, oh, look at this cute little white guy. You've been through
it. Yeah, maybe that's what. Yeah, I was 19, and she brought me this porcelain frog from Puerto Rico. I guess I cucked her boyfriend, who was waiting in the car. She came in just to mess with it. I still think about that. Like, what was that? That was a very strange. But in any case, Dave Johnson, after all of the attempts to destroy me, and all of the rumors he'd spread, I went to New York City Comic-Con. And you know where I went?
Where you go?
I went to
straight
his
up to
table.
him?
in front of his friends.
Okay.
And I crouched down and looked him in the eye and said, "Hey, Dave." And he looked scared.
Is he little? I know you're huge. I mean, I don't mean wide, but like also tall.
I'm 6 feet tall. I'm not
Yeah.
that big. But no, he's not. You know,
He's
you
big
can
in Puerto
find him.
Rico.
He does the drink and draw game
Okay.
show. He's on that show every week.
Okay.
So I said, "Hey, Dave." I said, "How you doing?" And he looked scared. He said, "Ethan." I said, "I wanted to bring you something." And I brought him a copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I just looked at him and laughed. I said, "Hey, you have a good one. Good luck." And moved on. I don't know what it is in me. I like to walk right into the lion's den. So I don't like having this thing where, oh, there are people who hate you and are trying to hurt you, and I gotta stay away from them. I like to smile at them. I like to laugh at them. And I like to just eventually, they become kind of neutralized that way. You know, people live in fear of each other, and they don't interact. And then people's legends grow, and look at how some of these SJWs look at me. Like they think I'm Darth Vader at this point. I used to see them every single weekend at comic book conventions and say hi to them in the elevator and all this stuff. Just a normal person,
Yeah.
but it's like over time when all you do is talk shit about someone and demonize them, and you don't have any social contact with them, and you're not actually treating them like a human being, they become something bigger than that. And I think it's important that we not be bigger than that. I think it's important that we stay people. So, these people who spent the last 3 years running around and trying to, make up rumors and find little loopholes, try to, convince people that I'm a scam artist and all of this stuff.
Okay.
So fucking what? It's like, these people are people. And I'm a person, and I'm going to walk right into the lion's den and say hello and laugh. You didn't hurt me. I'm still here. Now, I hear what you're saying. My customers, I love my customers, but I don't even think my customers should be concerned about these people. I just don't think you should be thinking about, any of these.
You can't control what we think about.
They have nothing to do with anything that we do.
Yeah,
nothing to do with our business.
I don't. First of all, I don't agree that that's a lion's den. It's a show online. I for a fact know that they love the attention they get from you being there. So it's not like you're in there scaring or intimidating anybody.
I'm not trying to scare or intimidate anyone.
Well, obviously, you're just propping up their channel. They just gain more views, and you can do that. But this vision of you're standing up, no, they know they're lying. They know you're not scared. They know this interaction will gain views, and they're getting exactly what they want, which is what I don't like. I don't like them getting anything they want because we didn't get what we wanted out of them, and they promised a lot.
What the hell do you want out of them?
Well, they promised they would be loyal. They promised they would stand by their side. They promised that they would stand by the customers, that they would respect the customers.
Who are you talking about when you say that?
War Campaign, John Della Rose, all these fucking people that insult us, insult the fans, insult the customers, fail the books, dox people, those guys. You know who I'm talking about? Same motherfuckers we always talking about. Those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Can I tell you a secret? I will tell you a secret, and it's I'm
gonna be real with you. We're kind of live.
I know, kind of
a little bit.
But none of these people matter without me, and that might sound conceited to you. It probably does. But none of these people, all of these people were riding my coattails, all of them, including Smiller, Doug TenNapel. War Campaign. None of them matter without me. They're not.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
See, as soon as they are no longer on my coattails, they get angry and then they disappear. They fade into oblivion.
Let them do that.
That's what they're doing.
Good. Oh, that's fantastic news.
So that's kind of how it goes. You'll see that some people realize that. There are a few people that actually kind of came to terms with that and realized it wasn't smart to fight me because I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not disappearing. Comicsgate exists as long as I say it does. It just always will because I will fly the flag proudly, and people who want to succeed are going to be on my side. And therefore, there will always be a successful Comicsgate, because there will always be me being Comicsgate and people who are following my lead.
Yeah, all caps.
You know what I'm saying? So people go, oh, Comicsgate is dying. Not until I do. Because as long as I'm here, Comicsgate will be here. And there will be people who go, hey, I like what Ethan's doing. I'm Comicsgate too.
And you're getting people with talent and respect. I was just talking to Robert Mazzuio. He was talking about being on with David Finch. I've been on David Finch's stream. Nice people, good people, tolerant people, even tolerant enough to talk to my crazy ass. That's fantastic. I love that. It's great. I just got your cards too.
Oh, nice.
The ones that it's like they are a puzzle, but they got like each an individual, thing on the other side. I think it looks fantastic. I appreciate that. It's nice. It came like in a little folder with the kind of like a little bubble protection. It came, good. It came in good condition.
Yeah. We those cards that ended up being a big deal. Like that cost us a little bit of money, but it was worth it. I thought we were going to make money off of those cards, but we didn't. No, we didn't make any money off of the trading cards at all. What I think it did though is it made. Hopefully, it's going to make people continue to be excited to collect Cyberfrog stuff. So, that's it's worth it. It was a free promotion.
I try to get as much as I can. I'm kind of like at around poverty line basically, but I get as much as I can, and I love this stuff. Everything I bought went up in value. Yeah. I appreciate that. You're not flooding the market.
No, we're not flooding the market. We're keeping things limited, and we're making. One of the things that I'm proud of is that I have a crew of people who price things for me and cost things out. So there's some people who used to work for DC Comics when DC Comics was in New York, and New York DC Comics moved to LA, and so some of these people were fired and left behind. They're my friends, and so I've hired them because they know how to make things. Like all of the DC Direct toys that are on my wall, they made them. So these guys know how to do it, and they're teaching me everything. But, I go to them and I go to this other guy, St. Clair, who makes Coca-Cola's merchandise. And he's making the hoodies and the hats. This is high quality shit.
It looks like nice.
I am not doing
swag.
The fake. Most of the swag you get from YouTube is garbage. Like it just is low quality stuff, Teespring and all this nonsense. We're actually going and making it professionally. We're actually making
like the kind of swag you get for being nominated for an Oscar or some shit. Like they throw an iPhone on gold in there or something. Like really nice stuff. Like the like nice swag. Like you can't get it nowhere else, and it looks like dope.
That's right. Like one of the things I'm proudest of though is that they come to me and what they'll do is I'll say, okay, I want to make a Rainbow the Brute. Let's say I want to make a Rainbow the Brute sweatshirt or something like that, or I'm making the Rainbow the Brute troll dolls. Well, they'll we'll sketch it out. We'll decide what we want to do, and then they take it to various factories all over the world, and they'll bring me back. They'll say, well, this guy can do it for this much. This factory is excellent, but they're going to cost $1 more per figure, et cetera, et cetera. I never make choices based on price. I make choices based on what I want and quality. And so, just recently, the Dale Keown Salamandroid T-shirt that we're going to be making, that we've just put into production. I said, I like the Cyberfrog one. The Cyberfrog one's coming in. We ordered 600 of those. They're going to be here soon. And they look like merch that you'd get. Like they look real. I go, to me, it's like if you went on Cyberfrog the ride, the roller coaster, and came off and wanted to buy the T-shirt, that's what this is. This is really good quality merchandise. We're making this out. And I said, I want the print to cover the shirt. I don't just want a rectangle in the middle of the shirt. I want it to cover the shirt. I want it to be that kind of quality. I want it made in the USA. And they just said, look, if you source T-shirts from China, you're going to save this much money. And it was like $1.50 a shirt. $1.50 a shirt.
How many shirts?
Well, I haven't decided the quantity yet.
But they'd be like 10 G's or something, like 1,000 at least?
Yeah, something like that. Let's just put it this way. Like the Cyberfrog T-shirts, I'll even tell you prices, cost $15.82 a piece to make. So I'm going to sell them for $30 because
Well,
you
you
know,
got to pay to ship them to you. You got to ship them
all of
out.
the
You
all
got
the
to
costs.
just
We'll end
pay
up
people.
making about $10 off of it. No, we won't. We probably will have to make the money back for the artwork that we paid for. But they're expensive to make. This isn't like a $3 t-shirt. These are expensive. So they came back to me and said they're going to cost $13.82 if you source them from China. And it's like, well, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep making them in the United States of America. The guy goes, a big print, printing a Salamandroid shirt the way you want. We have the top printer here who's willing to do it, but you're going to think we're gouging you when we tell you what the price is. And it's like, I don't give a shit. Just let's make good stuff. My whole thing is, if you make good stuff, people will buy it. People will come back. There's nothing, people will forget how much they paid. If I make a Salamandroid shirt and it's beautiful and charge $40 for it because it cost me $25 to make, people are going to be so happy that they have it. They're going to forget about, I spent $40 for this. I'm just really happy with the shirt, and they're going to come back and buy more stuff. So in general, all Cyberfrog merchandise has to be top of the line all the time. When we make the little baby doll Cyberfrog, we're going to make top of the line. It has to look like something Hasbro would made or better. All of the stuff that we're doing, the action figures have to be better than Todd McFarlane's, have to be as good as the Marvel Legends stuff. They just have to be that quality, or else
Yeah,
why
you want
do
the
it?
brand. You want the brand to represent quality, of course.
Yes, yeah. You have to know when you're getting a Cyberfrog comic book. When you get Wreck Planet 2, it's going to be the best book coming out of Comicsgate.
And if you get a keychain, it's going to be the best keychain. If you get a
best
card,
keychain.
it's going to be the dopest card.
the PVCs that you get, they're going to blow your mind when you see them.
I can't wait.
Quality.
I got the box, so I'm getting that big Salamandroid. I'm getting the Cyberfrog. I got the box. I missed out on the second box, but I was like, you know what? You win some, you lose them. I can't. When I got the box, I wasn't letting mine go, so I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll take care of you, Sketch. If you miss something, you let us know. We love you. You know that. So we'll send you review copies. you have to do a review video.
You don't have to do that, but I would thankfully do a review video. I haven't done a lot of review videos because, what can I say about your art? You're fucking top of the. What can I say about storytelling? It's we read it all together. I mean, it's good. I can't, it's hard for me to review, but I can talk about the cards. I can talk about the what it's like to.
Well, my whole
I find it inspiring, honestly. It's there's a lot of shit that's going so wrong everywhere, and to see this bit go so right, it feels so good. I can't even explain it.
We can't do it without you. We honestly can't do it without you. That's why it's like I'm here on the show, and I'm talking to, I don't know, there are 20 people in the audience. We appreciate you. You guys, most of the names that are in the chat, we know your screen names. We appreciate your business. Most of you have purchased everything that we do, but Cyberfrog has to be an experience every single time. The Warts and All campaign, when you get your Warts and All stuff, you're going to be thrilled. You're going to be amazed at all the cool stuff and the quality.
I missed out on that one, but the one I got was the Red Planet box with the Salamandroid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Looks so awesome.
So every single time we want to go bigger and bigger and make better and better stuff. And that's how to grow, what we're doing. And hopefully we're setting an example for other Comicsgaters. All Caps Comics is going to be picking up other creators.
Kaniuga is someone that I always liked. I used to, when I first got to your channel and when I first got to his channel was when I was first trying out this art therapy thing, and because I was a little bit good with it, and I noticed that it has an effect, right? When you get in the zone, that's probably why you don't even like to talk when you're in the zone. You're just in there. I can understand.
I can't do both. Yeah, I got to be focused on my work. I cannot talk and draw.
So I started looking and his channel, he has still a lot of great tutorials. He just did one on Photoshop that I'm looking at because I'm not too good with the Photoshop and I just have it there as reference. And I used to get your brutally honest portfolio review, which was awesome and savage, which I appreciated. And that's how I kind of got into all this. I didn't even know things was crazy until they took down your I think it was the Last Jedi review, right?
Yeah.
And you did it late. You did it after it was like on video or something.
Yeah, I wish I had kept that. I wish I had a copy of that, but it is gone. That
They
sucked.
they disappeared it forever.
Yeah, I don't. They didn't even
Bastards.
notify me about it. It was gone, and it was getting views. Like that was I had like 36,000 views on that video. It was my biggest video ever, and I knew I'd done something good. And then it just disappeared, so I didn't even make any money off of it. It sucked.
Oh
But at least
man.
it pointed the direction. I knew I was meant to become a Star Wars YouTuber.
But it
And
also kind of shows you that the rules weren't as strict then as they are now, and they still yoinked it without any good reason, and still, I imagine, gave you no good explanation, right?
I got zero. I still don't know if it was a mistake that I made. I have no idea. I'm slow to blame YouTube. I mostly blame my own stupidity for almost everything that's gone wrong. I think you should take personal responsibility for things. So it could have
Okay,
been YouTube. It could have been me. I don't
but
know.
let's remember. Do you remember the video? Because I don't think you showed anything. I don't think you showed any music. You were just basically talking.
Yeah.
So what the fuck, man?
I don't know. It's just one of those
Bastards.
things.
I
But it
don't
would have
get
been
it.
nice for historical record to have that video.
That's when I did not know the about the cancel cult. I didn't know about the culture war. That's when I found out. When they was doing, I was completely ignorant to it. That's when I found out. I hadn't picked up comics since the days of the Image Exodus. I started collecting around the time when McFarlane started getting his own run, when he was just coming off of Amazing. And I think who got in there? I think it was Eric was who got in. Not the guy who does Savage Dragon.
Yeah, Eric Larson. Yeah.
That guy got in after, and after that came Bagley. And I was checking out the Image books, and after that I went to the army. I left all my comics to my brother who sold them.
Yeah.
And I had thought about it, and then I saw this, and I'm like, wow, but I'm already like art. So, and I was already like, cool with comics, and I see this independent thing that has quality, treats the people right, and is a way to vote with your dollar towards, because I kind of also believe in that. You reward success. That success is going to make more, it's going to create more business, going to create more jobs. Like what right now, when you started, you were basically just trying to survive. Now you're helping others survive. Now you may need like warehouse employees, you may need shipping employees. You're helping other artists get their books on. You got Kanuga, you got Graham Nolan over there. You got a lot.
I don't have Graham Nolan yet, do I?
You don't have Graham Nolan? Oh well,
not yet. No, I haven't.
It might have been a vision. I might have been having a vision. I don't know.
I was thinking about it. I've got Kyle Ritter's Starblades, which is shipping right now.
Good. That's good.
I can't wait until people see that. That's a great looking book.
You promote a lot of people like they was you, so I get confused sometimes.
For a long time I just kind of said, I'm going to promote people just out of the goodness of my heart, and that really didn't work. People turned on me, and you can never do enough sketch. You can never do when you're giving free things away. Those things are valueless, and you never nobody is satisfied.
They don't get appreciated.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. So I just I'm into this thing now where All Caps Comics is a publisher. Anyone who I take in obviously gets my promotion, and I'm getting a percentage now. So Starblades I'm getting a percentage of, Snowman, Creed, everything that I do from here
Matt,
forward.
right? That was who was doing Snowman?
Matt Martin. Yeah.
Matt Martin. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. I would like to. Again, I was talking to another Comicsgater who I'm probably going to publish. We're like 80% sure I'm going to publish this next project, and I'm excited about other people working for All Caps and me getting paid just to publish them. Very excited about that. That just makes sense. And then we actually have a business relationship where it's like, I owe you something. I need to be doing something for you. And then you're paying me for that. And so there shouldn't be resentment as long as everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Bingo.
Exchanging money kind of solves all those problems. So there's that. And I'm publishing Jawbreakers 4. So
Yes.
me and Zach are going to be working together now.
Woo!
We decided that today.
Bravo.
I'm not
I'm
doing
doing a
everything
one-man
he does. If he wants to do some goofy, artsy shit, he can do that himself. Jawbreakers, we're going to publish that, and we're going to get the Jawbreakers line under control and make it, put it out there as often as possible.
He's
Make
out
sure that it's
there sowing his wild story oats, how they say. He's exploring the
mhm.
imagination and creation, which is nice. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and I'm happy to hear that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Zach's whole thing was, I told Zach today, I said, we'll publish everything that you want to do. If you want, and we'll publish these 5, whatever the projects are that you have out right now that have not been fulfilled yet.
Mhm.
And Zach's whole thing is, people would be happy to hear this. Like, Zach's whole thing is personal accountability. He's like, I do not want your help to scoop me out of, this problem that I've made. He's in a hole. He's got to fulfill all these campaigns. He's like, I am going to do it myself. He's like, but let's start on something that we started on together. Let's do Jawbreakers 4. And so even though I would like to help Zach and get him out, like, it would be nothing for me to just go, okay, let's get Expendables. Where are the files? Boom. I'll send them out to get costed, printed. Don't even worry about it. We'll fulfill it. Let's move on. Jawbreakers 3. Let's get that done. Get it out of here. Just like we did with Starblades. We could do that for him, but Zach's old fashioned.
I guess he owes it to himself. He promised it to himself, and he like, yeah, I'm approve it to myself. I respect it. I respect it a whole lot, and all more power to him. Well, it's also, he's military, man. You know how it is. There are no excuses. Nobody can, people can come help you, but you gotta help yourself too.
He wants to do what he promised he would do, and it's, to me, okay, good. I would do it. I would get it out of the way. But all right, yeah, do it. In the meantime, again, yeah, Jawbreakers 4. My thing is, if all caps is doing Jawbreakers, it's going to be the Avengers. I mean,
personally, I don't think anyone would mind if you helped them. I doubt anybody that backed would be like, "Oh, how dare you get help." I don't think that's
so either.
But it's like, it seems to be like a personal thing for him. Like, oh, yeah, all right, more the power to you. Hey, and if you ever want to change your mind, you can do that too. I mean,
no,
right?
Well, change his mind and let us help.
Yeah,
of course. No, of course. Yeah, we Zach's one of these guys. So I'm like, I will always help you. Always help you.
He's like
you need.
The trailblazer, the pathfinder.
Yeah,
he went out into the Indiegogo plains and found land. You know what I'm talking about? He like scouted out the terrain.
Well, he invented all of this. He invented everything that we're doing. It's like, these are all his ideas.
Coach.
Yeah, him and Coach. They deserve to. Coach doesn't have any problems. I would love to publish Graveyard Shift or whatever John's doing, but John doesn't need me. Yeah,
he's going.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
He's got a good technique. I like the variety of techniques. Like at first you was like, no, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be only boutique. Like, okay, maybe I'll do other people. You're like becoming the boutique Pete Samedi. You're like bringing people in. Let's publish you.
Pete's thing. Yeah, maybe. No. Well, no. Pete's thing was comic books should be cheap and disposable. Pete's got a different. I like everything Pete's doing. I admire, but he's the opposite of me in the sense that I'm like, comics should be like exquisite. They should be high quality. They should be events. They shouldn't be monthly. And everything about them should feel like an exciting.
They've always been both. They've always
been both. But All Caps Comics is, again, to me, J.K. Rowling is my model of where we're going with comics. Mm-hmm. When a new Harry Potter book came out, everybody would be excited. The story continued. Nobody worried that it had been a year since the first one. It was just, and there was a sense of just excitement and an event happening every time a new book came out. That's what we want to create at All Caps Comics. That's the feeling that we want to create with comic books. And everything has to be of the highest quality all the time. So, we will spend the money. We will spend the money making things, making better looking books. And I only want the best of Comicsgate. So,
I like that both of you exist. I think I suspect, and I've heard it from other Comicsgater, that they might do like that first boutique edition on Indiegogo, make it perfect, make it beautiful, make a second print with a different cover, unique and beautiful for that second book. But once they've got the 3 books out and they've reprinted that first one 3 times, different covers for the new campaign, and they've like milked that first PDF to hell and back, like, you know what, I might license a newspaper, a news print edition to Samedi, and this is basically just cream off the top because I already got my money's worth 3 times from 3 or 4 different campaigns. On the last one, I put it in a nice book, or I made an omnibus or whatever. What would it hurt me? After I've had this out for years, I've milked it all the way I'm going to milk it, to let Samedi have like a new cover on and let him run and over there and give me a percentage, and I keep the IP. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Sure. I mean, is that what Clint's doing, kind of?
I'm not sure, but I think it's a good idea that some people may follow. I'm good. I understand and respect the boutique edition, but I've always thought, look, especially over here international, when Diamond took over, comics died. I mean, the stores, because there was no interest in comics, because it wasn't this last minute item that kids were getting into and then more seriously into. It wasn't a thing that you saw around. You have to already love comics to then go find a comic store. It's not something that you would ever like see out there in the wild. So people they weren't creating new audience. So that's why I always kind of supported like that cheap thing, because that cheap thing is something you're gonna give your kid. Yeah. Something you're like, you're at this boutique edition. I'm not giving this to kids.
Dude, imagine Jawbreaker's Starblades crossover. I mean, that'd
be kind of cool.
We're going to be doing all this stuff, man. It's we can do all of this stuff. We can do whatever we want to do. God, how great would that be? How great!
I think it will be fantastic. I think I see it all as happening. It hasn't manifest, but it's done. You know what I mean?
It will, and more and more cool people are coming over here, and
yeah, Dale P. That's a good get, Dale. Oof, my God.
I think that made Mike S. Miller very upset. I think he got jealous of that. He started showing up a little bit.
Kumquat.
Yeah.
Well, that's the true revenge is success. Success is the best revenge. That's how the saying goes.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Listen, Sketch, I'm sorry for hanging out with people that you don't like.
You don't have to apologize. Just know I'm going to say I don't like it.
I understand.
I'm still going to love you. I'm not going to turn, but I'm always going to say, hey, fuck those motherfuckers. Come hang with.
Yeah, but you have to say suck their cocks. I mean, that's a little bit harsh. You don't have to put it that way.
Literally, I don't.
That's ridiculous.
I don't think you would even like to look at a peen. I don't even think you'd like to look at a peen.
That's not who I am. That's
not what I'm about. You'd like look away like, oh God, put that thing away.
Yeah, no, look, what I'm saying is I accept your criticism, Sketch. I always expect your criticism to happen. I don't think you're a weirdo. We have weirdos who start out as critics and then go over the rails. Remember Fan Advocacy Network? You got Comic Book Hut, like these guys who are like, we're just consumer advocate critics. And then they become like crazy haters overnight because, I don't know, get some more attention. Not really sure. But it's like.
It could be. The thing is, a lot of those people want control over you. They don't want to speak their mind. They don't want to hear you out, understand you, or just express themselves. They want control, and because they can't have control, well, they're going to turn because they're going to be frustrated because their goal is unachievable. My goals are achievable. All I want to do is say what I think.
Yeah,
so
Garrett
as long
Graves
as I do that, I'll be good.
Sketch will turn, and it will be absolutely hilarious.
No.
I don't see that happening.
No.
You've been around too long. The same shit.
If I got really, really pissed, I'd probably disappear, and they're like, "Where'd he go?" No one knows. But I wouldn't I'd be like, "Okay, I'm disappointed in how this turned out. It's too much for me. I'm out."
But then again,
I wouldn't even say I'm out. It would be like he fell off the face of the earth.
Where's Sketch? He's gone. Yeah, but you know what? Ro Kabir Kumar said the exact same thing.
What did he
And look
say?
what happened to him. Like Ro said, hey brother, if we ever decide, the Comicsgate is,
but
we'll just disappear. We don't want to hurt Comicsgate. If we ever decide it's not for us, like we're just gonna, we all took an oath that we would just.
that's a
Ro
very different
became the
situation.
biggest crybaby. I mean, I've never seen anything. Ro
That's a
became like,
different situation. That's a very different situation.
in what way?
Ro, if you rewind, he was kind of suspect from the start, right? Because first him, JDA, and Ren made a real big deal about a decapitation joke. I always saw it as a stupid decapitation joke. So when Ro was all crying and apologizing, and everyone was crying and apologizing, I was over here like, fuck John De La Rose. I don't give a fuck if somebody said a fucking decapitation joke, but no, Bounding into Arkhaven had to make a big article, and everybody had to apologize to John De La Vox because someone said a fucking decapitation joke. You know me. I'm not going to give two shits if Bounding into Arkhaven likes it. I don't care who doesn't like the joke. I'm like, this is stupid. Get out of that fucking mountain. But what did Ro do? Ro didn't say, fuck you, it's a joke. Ro went up a mountain and acted like, oh my God, we got to bow to John D. I got to apologize
No,
to John
that's not
D.
what it
We
was,
got to
though.
disappear.
It
I
wasn't-
remember Ro
it
went up a
wasn't-
mountain and the rest of the war campaign disappeared.
That's because I called him and I said,
my-
are you? No, I
Yeah.
spoke to him on the phone.
Yeah.
He was saying that I said that. You know what I mean? He's like, Caesar says to decapitate. I never said
Yeah.
anything. I'm like, dude, you can't. You want to play your little games and do your gay Roman LARPing? That's fine, but you're not talking to me, and I'm not telling you to go get anyone. And you can't be saying that. And
That
so he
has
had to come out.
nothing to do with an apology at John De La Rose. He can apologize to you for misrepresenting. Yeah, the joke got out of hand. I jokingly said that the Caesar of the Centurions demanded the head of whatever. I took the joke too far. Fine. That's fine. That's fine. He shouldn't have done that. That's, he can apologize
I think
to
he
you
was
for
apologizing because I said, don't use my name like that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
I don't
then,
think he was apologizing to Delarose.
Disappearing from the face of the earth over this fucking joke after you squared it away with him seems stupid to me. And, there's a lot of things after that point at them trying to be more controlling and less of what they say that would be. They went after some obvious targets. That's true, but they were obvious targets.
Yeah.
Right. And they were also competition because apparently they were always planning to be in there. So on their second book, after they gotten all cocky, they started trying to go against competition. They started going against Anna again. They started going against Cecil and Malin, trying to control Malin's show, telling them, you can't take your show, your ball and run. It's his show. He'll have whoever he wants on. That's another thing why you can't, that would make it hard for me to turn, because one of the things that I'm about is I want to be able to say, according to the rules on each channel, what I want to say without breaking the rules of each channel. If I'm not wanted in a channel, I'll go. I just don't want to be unfairly blocked by a zealous mod. If the owner doesn't want me there, I'll go. Right. So these are my rules. So if you ever don't want me there, I'll go. Right. But they were about controlling other people, controlling other channels, deciding who could promote, who was looked over, all that kind of attitude. And that's what I don't like. As soon as I hear such and such deserves, no one deserves anything. They get what they fucking deserve.
Yeah. I guess.
But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. Why did you sketch by ZVS's used underwear? Why would you put that up? That's not true.
No, but it's just the kind of bullshit people say. I forgot that was up there, actually. Now that I just forgot. That's I just completely forgot.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, to me, things are getting much, much better. It's nicer. Comicsgate is just nicer. And there's a lot less fighting. Fandom Menace is going through a big ordeal right now, which is interesting. But we're not, Comicsgaters aren't really fighting anymore. It's just the troublemakers left. And for the most part, people are just making books. The only problems now are fulfillment, getting the books finished, fulfillment, shipping, customer service, being what we said we are, and making good quality books. wherever possible. Which is not part of the part of the Comicsgate code is our books are better than anyone else's. That's my code. That's the all caps comics code. But Comicsgate, people should just be allowed to make comics without intrusion. Whether they're good or bad is, that's not something that we know. But there seem to be people who are making books, trying to make better books, and people just seem happier. So it's good.
Okay, so here's a lie. Sketch has spent a lot of people recently demanding some people not be allowed to appear on other people's show. Hypocrite. No, I asked. I didn't demand. I didn't say, do this or else. Did I ever or else you?
Yes.
Oh, what was
no,
my
I'm just
or
kidding.
else?
I don't know. Sketch, how would I know?
I don't do that kind of shit. There's or else I'll go, I guess.
Or else she'll show up and say, you suck their cocks, motherfucker.
What I do is I say why. This is what people don't like. That motherfucker did this and this and this, and I can prove it. That motherfucker did this and this and this, and I can prove it. And people get mad that I remember the obvious pattern of what these motherfuckers have done, right?
Yeah.
So it's just because I remember what they did and people want to forget, right? Doesn't mean that I'm demanding that people do X or Y. I'm asking them to remember what the fuck these bitches did to their customers.
Yes. May says, Ethan, how many more Whisper networks are there? I know there's more out there. I don't know.
Yo, yeah, I bet there's a few.
How would we know? It's like they're Whisper networks because they're private, secret.
Listen, they can whisper all they fucking want. I'd rather scream. I don't like this behind this. They're having a whole DM mess over there at the Fandom Menace. Because they got me. Everybody knows this. I say the same shit everywhere. You're gonna know it's me because of the motherfuckers. And the people think I type crazy, right? Try to say the shit I say and spell it right. See if the YouTube algorithm is gonna let you say it. You can't say motherfucker, but you can say motherfucker.
But you don't have to say that at all, though. You can find other ways to express yourself without using curse words.
Well,
I mean, that's an option.
The Second Amendment is also an option. No, the First. The First Amendment is also an option.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech. I love that I can live in a country where I can say motherfucker. I might get in trouble in other countries for saying motherfucker. And the motherfuckers that are here don't appreciate that. Can you believe it? They right here, they can say motherfucker to their president, to their governor, to their mayor. And they don't like that. They want less freedom. I don't get it. I love the fact that God Almighty has allowed me the honor, the privilege, and the pleasure of saying motherfucker right here in USA.
God
and you know
America.
What? God said have more than one children, right? You should have many, right? So you're going to fuck a mother, probably the mother of your other children.
I hope so.
Yeah, you're going to be like everyone. Who is not a motherfucker?
Yeah.
Who is not fucking mothers? I mean, mothers need dick too.
That's what Father's Day is all about.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Well, Sketch, I got to go. I got to get to work, but I wanted to show up on your show, address your concerns, give you the news about Jawbreakers 4. Let you know that.
That's fantastic. Premiere. Oh, I got the exclusive before anyone, y'all.
It's true. And, let you know we love you. And sorry for... How do you feel about Nasser these days? You hate Nasser?
I don't trust him. It's got to, people say, hey, it's not about, you can't judge people by the company they keep. Yes, I can. Who is going to stop me? Yes,
Sure.
if the guy is on his show with everyone that steps on your fans, calls your fans for hours on their shows, a bunch of simp idiots following this fat whatever such and such because they go way beyond fat jokes, and the way that they speak about you and your fan on their shows, and you wouldn't. I mean, it's like, why you? These people talk about us like we're turds. I mean, why are you over there hanging out with these guys?
I don't know. Nasser makes me laugh.
That's good for you.
Yeah,
I'm feeling. I'm gonna channel. What was the guy who played Batman? Oh God,
Michael Keaton.
No. Batman Returns, the one with the Joker.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I feel like I'm channeling Christian Bale over here. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad he makes you laugh, but I don't trust that much. And Testify? Oh my God, Testify is one of Roll's code boys dropping links. That's gonna be a virus. People are gonna hit that and it's gonna explode a porn bomb in their fucking browser.
Oh no.
I don't know. That's hey, I'm paranoid. I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you've seen. But
well, I appreciate your vigilance.
I wouldn't trust him. I'm a canary in a coal mine. I'm not really a danger to anyone, but
I don't trust anyone. I just don't. There's nobody that I trust.
No, I don't even trust myself.
I do. You're the only one I trust.
I don't trust myself around pizza. I just had a calzone a couple of hours ago. I imagine you don't trust yourself too much around pie. You know, if it's close, it might die. It's
not pies so much as it is donuts lately. I went to the bakery today.
Oh, you got them free donuts because you got the vax.
No. They didn't have any. They didn't have any free donuts. I got nothing.
Oh my God.
We got these bakeries in New Jersey, man. They're just sketch. They're unreal. I had to drop off a bunch of packages for Starblade stuff at the post office. Went to the bakery, got a dozen donuts. They're the kind of donuts that just melt in your mouth. They're fresh, they're soft, and you just fold an entire donut into your face and it dissolves. And
it's like a boutique Krispy Kreme.
So much better than that. It's like people go, "You ate an entire dozen donuts?" Yeah, you would too. I mean, Sketch, you would not be able to stop eating these donuts. They're so good.
Man. I know
I ate like 7 of them. Yeah.
Oh man.
New Jersey's great for that. Really, really good. That's why Kyle Ritter's going to come up here. He's spending a week in Jersey. I will show him.
I think that's the good way to treat that. I think that's a good route. Just bring him over. It's easier. Shipping all that stuff up and down, having him like try to pallet that. Oh no. Bring him in. No. That's good. You'll have some fun.
Much better.
Oh yeah.
X says, do you trust Billy Tucci? Yeah, I love Billy Tucci.
Yeah, I love Billy Tucci.
He's a genuinely good person.
There's some people that you're bringing that they may be first crowdfunders, but they got a reputation. They got, the profession, like Shane, for example. It might be his first time out, but he's a professional. You know what I'm talking about?
People hate his cat book. They're like, the cat book.
I don't know.
It looks so good. I mean, it's not. Is it my kind of content? No, but that book looks really good. It's well done. Sometimes I don't understand critics. I get people who are criticizing the new 499. Zach and Narwhal. I get the criticism, even though look, it's not my kind of thing. But I'm gonna read it. I'll wait and read it and then decide if it was good or not.
You know what I liked? You know what I liked about that?
What?
I like the image that he put on the Kickstarter. It's no bullshit. This is what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? It's very like, look, if you don't like, I'm showing you the style right up front so you know what it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of respect that. It's like, okay, this is a different style. I'm letting you know. I kind of respect that. I like Narwhal's fluid style. I kind of like to see him like pencil something because he's loose, like you do loose pencils, and like kind of see someone like you ink it. I think it will be fantastic.
About that, like actually finishing his work.
Good. Oh my God.
But I get it. It's like, I understand. Like sometimes they go, yeah, I see what they're saying. I don't agree with them, but I get it. I don't understand Starlight Cats. It really does look good. It looks like a well-drawn book. It's a solid concept that, it's been used over and over again, but Power Rangers.
Why do outsiders not like Starlight Cats? It should be obvious.
No, I mean everyone. Like I'm talking about insiders. They're Comicsgaters who are like, I don't know about that cat book.
I don't know about those 6 figures. It looks like they like it. I don't know if I'm going to measure it against other campaigns. It's a first-time campaign, 6 figures.
6 figures.
I mean, Shane is sexy and all, right? But I don't think it's just that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just concerned.
Well, numbers talk. We've heard a lot of grumblings by these people, but what do we always say? Move the needle. Is Shane beloved? Well, look at that needle. It's moving. It's moving pretty good.
Good. That's all I need to say. I need Shane to win.
Shane already won. He's gonna win again, but he already won.
Oh yeah. All right. I gotta go. Thank you, Sketch Therapy.
Thanks for being here. I'm gonna wrap it up to up. You can head out. I'm just gonna say goodbye to everyone. Well, goodbye, everyone. That was great, Ethan Van Sciver. As you see, he was here with us. That was a lot of fun. I think Cecil is on, so I'm gonna drop a link to him, so you guys can come in here and go visit. I'm gonna be in the chat with you guys. So when you guys jump over to see Anna and Cecil, you can say sketch raid if you want. I'd be honored. But I just want to see everybody go over there, say hi to Cecil and Anna, and I hope you had a good time here. Hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about future projects, as you heard, Jawbreakers 4 coming up, and man, good things coming. Good night, everyone. You guys have a good time. And once again, I'm dropping the link over here, so you guys can go over, say hi to them. And thanks for coming. I'm out.